The Arizona Cardinals have decided to make a move with Kyler Murray.
Today, Kyler's going to go on IR. Feel like that's the best thing for him and for us. He's not fully healthy, ready to go yet, so that makes the most sense. Right now, what he's going to concentrate on is getting healthy.
And that's Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. So Jacoby Brissett, who is set to start in Week 10, will then start 3 more games after that for the Cardinals, as Murray will miss at least the next 4 games because of that foot injury. Houston Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud's been ruled out of their Week 10 matchup against Jacksonville because of a concussion. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy limited in practice today. They have a divisional showdown against the Rams, and Rams head coach Sean McVay says wide receiver Puka Nacua should play in the contest. He's expected to suit up despite suffering a chest injury against the Saints. No practice today for Bills running back James Cook. Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler done for the year, while Austin Reeves won't play for the Lakers tonight against the Spurs.
Back at it again. Let's go.
Speaking of gross, just stuffed our faces at a lunch meeting, and I had a lot of cheese. So gross.
Oh, be careful, everybody.
I'm Covino, lactose intolerant. Steve Covino. That is Rich Davis. Danny G is here.
Unfortunate.
We got big sexy Ryan here.
Do not come in the studio.
We got Spotty here on the YouTube channel, Covino and Rich FSR. Also, Spotty's getting ready for midweek major because it's already midweek, turning your hump day into a hump night. And I saved the best for last. There's my guy, Dan Byer. I'm a Dan Byer guy.
Hey.
And you, FSR, let's rock out. Let's go.
All right, we got lots of NFL to get to. Baseball stats are in, and my goodness, I think I saw a headline that more than half of Canada watched the World Series. So, man, were we right with baseball's popping, huh?
It's back in a big way. But as I said, I've quoted this years ago, don't call it a comeback. It's been here for years, but LL Cool J stole that from me.
We got to start the show with just an announcement that it's not official. It's not official like Danielle Fishel, my favorite, other than Kelly Kapowski, my favorite girl from our childhood.
Okay.
Topanga. It's not official, but Nate Diaz is taking over for Tank Davis to fight Jake Paul?
November 14th. We're going to talk about it. 877-99 on Fox. Right now, we're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And if you miss any of today's show, any of our discussion about Jake Paul, Nate Diaz, and, of course, we got to talk about Haley Bailey and Matt Khalil. There's a story there.
Oh, my God.
We have lots to get to. If you miss anything.
Can I give you a hint about the Haley Bailey story?
Sure.
And Matt Khalil? Apparently 2.5 Coke cans.
That's it?
What? So, listen, there's wild stories we're going to get to, but this Nate Diaz-Jake Paul fight.
Yes. Nate Diaz, Jake Paul.
Please tell me who cares.
If you miss any of this, again, catch it on the podcast. 5-star, search us Covino and Rich, wherever you get your podcast.
Who cares?
I care. I'll watch any fight. I watch animals fight on Animal Planet. I watch bugs fight. I watch my dog fight a praying mantis. That's a true story. My dog came into the house with a praying mantis, and I saw the praying mantis doing drunken master ninja moves. They were fighting. I enjoyed it. I love any fight. Now, I love legitimate fights more. Like, I want to see a real fight. Like, Virgil Ortiz is fighting this weekend. And you're like, who? I don't care. Because you're the bozo that loves the circus and loves the spectacle. The casual fans love it, and if it brings casual fans to fighting and boxing, I'm all for it. Nate Diaz, 40 years old. Jake Paul, 28 years old. Now, the backstory is this. Jake Paul is supposed to fight Gervonta Davis, like Rich said. Gervonta Davis got in some trouble. He assaulted a stripper. That's the other story. There's many stories surrounding this guy. Got him in some trouble. Now, he's off that fight, and as you know, Jake Paul spoke publicly about his disdain for this guy and how he promotes women and he supports women. He'd never want to give more money to this guy, so that fight's off. Who's going to replace him? Francis Ngannou was a name. Ryan Garcia was a name. Rolly Romero threw his his gloves in the ring. Edgar Berlanga was saying he wanted that payday.
Well, of course, who wouldn't want the payday? But of all the people you just named, I would have been probably pumped for any of those. Wow, Ngannou, so big, would have whooped Jake Paul's ass. And then you said, oh, Ryan Garcia, that's a smaller guy, but that would have been fun. Everything you mentioned is better than Nate Diaz, who no one cares about.
What do you mean?
Anymore.
You mean UFC legend, badass, younger brother of Nick Diaz legend, Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz? It's a rematch, by the way. Hello. Did anyone not see the battle?
Jake Paul already beat him.
Can I just say, I'm not here to say I'm so pumped about this, but I'm saying it's better than nothing because you and I were going away next week, boys trip, right? We're going to Arizona, watch the Cardinals play. We planned on watching a fight.
Covino's a big Jacoby Brissett fan.
There's thousands of people who are excited to go to see this fight. Maybe friends getting together. At least we're going to get something. Again, allegedly, supposedly, not officially, but likely. Nate Diaz, Jake Paul, too. It's a rematch and a worthy rematch, and here's why. Nate Diaz really fought hard in this fight.
Dude.
It was a closer fight than anyone had expected. It was a bit of a battle, and dude, it's better than nothing. So I'll take it.
Can I tell you something? First of all, your memory must be trash because
was a battle.
There was nothing awesome about that fight. I remember Nate Diaz looked sluggish and
Nate Diaz lacked power,
chubby,
but he kept fighting, and it made it exciting.
They should use your tagline because that's how I feel about it. Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul. Quote, better than nothing. Wow, you're really selling it. Hey, guys, Dan Beyer, you want nothing for lunch or a sandwich for lunch? Sandwich. Better than nothing, right?
BTN.
Better than nothing.
Hey,
man,
wasn't that our tagline?
Today's National Donut Day. I think someone brought us donuts, right? There was one like plain donut left. Hey, better than nothing.
And you know what? You could say that sounds lame, but it's also true, and it's also correct.
Well, then use that
a
tagline.
little piece of that donut was BTN, as Dan Beyer put it, better than nothing.
Well,
and I'll take this because I think nobody deserves it more than a Nate Diaz. The guy devoted his life to fighting and mixed martial arts. He's a tough dude. He's a badass. These other guys really just wanted the payday. Nate Diaz really just wants to get in there and brawl. He wants to fight.
Nate Diaz, to me, he's like the Kevin Federline of MMA. Like someone from that was relevant at one point 10, 20 years ago. And no one really cares anymore. Nate Diaz.
Hey, where's my MMA fans at? Did you hear what this guy just said? The Kevin Federline of MMA, of fighting? The Kevin Federline, a guy who accomplished nothing. That's what he's saying about Nate Diaz.
Who's the backup dancer? J-Lo married. He's the Casper of
You're talking about a mixed martial art legend and fan favorite, no less. He's a fan favorite for sure, Nate Diaz. So you're really downplaying his fighting significance. Is he a boxer? No, but neither is Jake Paul, really. Well, he is now, but
I now am interested in the fight just to see if Nate Diaz comes out to Popo Zao at the fight. Kevin Federline's great hit.
I know.
He compared. You know what
he's the same level of significance to me. Know what I saw a headline yesterday? It said Carly Rae Jepsen's pregnant, and congratulations. But I'm like, the call her maybe girl. How is she still getting a headline? How is Nate Diaz still getting a headline?
Nate Diaz is way more legendary than you're painting the picture out to be right now. We're talking about a guy who devoted devoted and dedicated his life to UFC. One of the UFC, I don't want to say faces of the Mount Rushmore, but he's up there, man.
He lazily collected money from Jake Paul once before to just stand there and have a half-ass battle.
I feel like you were dropped on your head because that was way more of a battle than anyone had expected because Jake Paul's a lot stronger and bigger and younger.
Cove, better than nothing.
All right, well, again, this is the update just as we got ready for the show. It looks like he signed. He accepted. That's what it was. The story right now, as we know it, again, it's a little after 2 p.m. out here on the west side, is that Nate Diaz accepted the offer. I didn't know there was a legitimate offer on the table because there were so many names involved in trying to fill the replacement here.
But you know what it is, Covino? It's when I have a hard time really buying in when the person just doesn't – it lacks relevance. Like when Nate Diaz was in his prime, that's a really interesting time to – transition to boxing and see if he's got it. But he's a
And you think,
washed-up
hold on.
fighter.
And you think that the casual fight fan knew who Gervonta Davis was? Casual fight fan.
Yeah, but he's a legit boxer.
Nate Diaz is a more exciting draw as far as name recognition.
Yeah, if it was
for
the
sure.
2000s and you were wearing an Affliction T-shirt.
All right. Well, hey, you heard Rich. Bye. I want everyone to know that's Rich Davis talking smack about Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz, irrelevant as could be.
I'm here saying that I thought he battled stronger than I had expected the first time, and I thought we got a pretty decent fight out of it the first time. I'll take the rematch. Who would I like to see the most? Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia's a legitimate fighter, dude. That's like anyone would take the payday, but it's beneath him at this point. And it's beneath a Francis Ngannou. In fact, Francis Ngannou said, I feel disrespected. Everybody wants the money. I get it.
Let me tell you how I
But
look
this
at
is a perfect fight for Nate Diaz.
I'm going to give you an analogy that you might understand, being that you're a Jersey guy.
Sure.
Back in the 2000s, when you and I first started working together, late 2000s, I remember a big get on our show, believe it or not, was the cast of the Jersey Shore.
Well, yeah, around that time.
But
they were like the Beatles.
Yeah, it was like when we had Snooki in The Situation and Paulie D and all those guys on our show.
Hey, it's your boy Paulie D, and you're listening to Covino and Rich. Oh, yeah.
Cabs are here. But I remember it being a big deal. Like, wow, Snooki, that's a good get. Now, I remember like a decade later, they're like, yo, guys, we got some talent availabilities here. Do you guys want JWoww? And I was like, no.
That's me.
That's
dude.
how I feel about Nate Diaz fighting Jake Paul.
I think you're
Tell me
talking
10
about
years
a
ago?
well-respected fan favorite of the UFC.
He's
and I feel
JWoww.
like, honestly, I feel like you missed the boat on his popularity or something, or you
I
were
didn't.
hitting the head.
He's the JWoww.
You forgot.
He's the Kevin Federline. Keep naming him.
I think you're forgetting like the resume. This guy was always a draw, a UFC draw, and it's not his first time putting on boxing gloves. So, your thoughts? The only thing Nate Diaz lacks is power, but he still has the fight. Don't underestimate his competitiveness. And he's a little older now. He's 40, but he's not done by any means. He's 40.
As they say,
Jake Paul's 28, again, for the record. This is the update. It looks like it's happening. He accepted. And it's the one that makes the most sense because it's worthy of a rematch. I think Nate Diaz deserved a rematch. He already talked a lot of smack. He said something along the lines, if it were to happen, that he was going to dominate and destroy
what is he
Jake
supposed
Paul.
to say?
Yeah, but he's not that kind of guy. He's kind of a laid-back dude.
Listen,
I think he wants his revenge in this fight.
Dan Byer, as they say before every big fight, the slogan before every big fight,
BTN, bro.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
All right. So,
and listen, I agree with the sentiment of better than nothing because Covino's right. We are doing like a guys' weekend with some of our buds, and Friday night we planned on getting a nice dinner and watching the Jake Paul Tank Davis fight. That was part of the plan. So I guess this is better than nothing, but that's like.
Yeah, and the guys we were with, none of them know who Tank Davis is. Now, I'm a boxing fan, so of course I know who Tank Davis is, and I know there's a lot of people that do, right? But as far as like the casual fan, much more people are going to know Nate Diaz from his UFC fame than Tank Davis.
But there was at least an angle with the Tank Davis.
And Tank Davis, that was a circus fight. He weighs 135 pounds.
Thank you for saying that because that was the point. The point of the Jake Paul Tank Davis fight, and Danny G, you'll back me up, is, wow, could one of the best pound-for-pound little guys compete with Jake Paul, who's way bigger, but not necessarily a boxing pedigree
Yeah,
like
when
him?
that was first announced, you guys argued about it on the air for a couple of segments.
It made it interesting. It doesn't mean it's going to be a better fight. For all we know, we're going to get a much better battle with Nate Diaz. The guy's tough. Rich is the guy. I want everyone to know that Rich is the guy downplaying Nate Diaz right now. And I want Nick, his brother, to come here and kick your ass. So anyway, 877-99 on Fox.
Yeah, Rich
Your
Stockton,
thoughts-
California is going to come after you.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking like a lot of smack about the wrong guy. So 877-99 on Fox. Your thoughts on...
Oh, you said Nate Diaz? I'm sorry. I think you said Edwin Diaz, who just decided to backstab my Mets and opt for free agency. I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
wrong
he's-
Diaz. I'm
he's
sorry.
going to end up a Dodger. So your thoughts on this, because it is the late-breaking story as we get into the studio here on this hump day, Covino and Rich. Nate Diaz accepted the fight. Is it official? We'll let you know when it is, but it seems to be. But in the world of fighting, you never know until you see it.
All right. Well, hey, CNR on FSR. Now, one other note before we move on. We're going to get to some NFL I know there's a Mad Dog Russo clip we kind of make fun of a little bit because getting all mad about stuff you don't need to get mad at. Do you feel like your parents, like, because he's around our parents' age, your parents get mad about, they just cranky about everything?
Everything. Absolutely. It's just, it happens with time.
You told me that your dad, if there's a 10-minute wait at the barber, he's like, yeah, I'm leaving.
He doesn't wait. No.
10 minutes.
He doesn't wait. And they love to complain. But that's okay. I mean, you as their child, that's your job to listen.
And, one day we'll be there. We'll be the old guy complaining. So, Mad Dog Russo complaining about something to do with the Dodgers. We'll get to that. We'll get to some NFL. But Danny G, real quick, you sent us the stats, and they're remarkable. Anyone that doubted baseball, I know we've been harping on it for the last months, like baseball's popping, it's back, it's great. And for the non-baseball fans.
You guys started that in July.
I mean, but we're big baseball guys. So my instinct told me everyone's watching this. And Game 7 of the 2025 World Series. Get this. Average 51 million viewers combined across the U.S., Canada, and Japan, making the thrilling 11-inning game the most watched baseball game in 34 years, since Game 7 of the 1991 World Series.
And they had to have enjoyed that show, man. Like, you can't ask for a better game. Everybody tuned in, and they watched something great. And I'm so happy to be the show that, well, we're not the only show. Got to give props to MLB bro Rob Parker, but that always talks about baseball. And we're telling you what a great game it is. And we tell all our friends, man, you're sleeping on baseball. And we saw the come up and rise of these teams. So happy to be part of it. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. It was a great season and a perfect ending for a great season.
All right, so props to baseball. Let's take 2 quick phone calls on the
for the
snooze
record,
fest. That's Nate Diaz, Jake Paul.
For the record, though, in the first fight, they both came in at 185. It was about 2 years ago. 185 cruiserweight fight, and Paul won by unanimous decision in 10 rounds, like 90. I don't know. The scorecards were way different than what I saw. It was like 98-91, 97-92.
Oh,
I thought it was a closer fight because toward the end, Diaz was really stepping up, showing a lot of heart.
You don't remember that the whole fight, Nate Diaz had nothing, and then at the end, he started to get a little flashy and get a little wild, and there were like maybe 2 glimpses of him like trying things. It was the weakest ass fight, and I don't know how anyone could be excited for this. It would be like going to a restaurant that stunk. You got diarrhea, you hated it going down, you hated everything about it, and then your friend's like, let's go back to that restaurant. What are you going to say?
I feel that way about Pacquiao Mayweather because there's talks about them fighting again. It's like, does anyone want to see this? But you're still going to tune in. So anyway,
there's plenty of fights that you watch, right? And you see our buddy Ariel Helwani or
give Akin Barak some props.
Akin Barak,
love those guys,
and Hall of Famer. Worked with him at ESPN.
I don't know who you're talking about. Brian Custer?
Asuna Bernardo. Bernie Asuna.
Bernie Asuna, of course. Yeah. I love Bernie.
When we see those guys doing a post-fight interview, and the sentiment is like, yo, are you guys going to try to run it back? There's plenty of times where you're like, yeah, that would be great. I would love to see this fight again. Said no one after the Nate Diaz, Jake Paul one. That's why I find it interesting.
Well, props and
maybe
shout-outs
I'm alone.
Again. Bernardo Asuna deserves a proper shout-out. He's one of the best. But what's your analysis when it comes to this fight, guys? We'll take your phone calls now, and then we'll move on and talk some NFL.
Pete in Vegas. What's up, Pete?
Gentlemen, how are we today?
What's up, buddy?
Did you hear what Rich called Nate Diaz the Kevin Federline of MMA?
First of all, I'm afraid to even answer the fact that I know it wasn't even the person he said it was. Damn Britney Spears that he was married to. The fact that I know that scares me. But guys, he must be crazy. All those nights that I was watching the fight and I'm getting ready to go cash in a giant ticket, only to see Nate Diaz with one eye, one arm, and one foot get off the tarp and knock the holy bazooka out of the guy and win the fight. That's what he does.
Yeah, he's got heart.
It seems like he lets them kick their butt so he could come back and knock them out.
Listen, I hope we get something, but I feel like we're going to be severely
That last
disappointed.
fight, by the way, was August 5th, 2023. It sold $450,000 pay-per-view buys, and it generated $27 million in revenue. So, and 3.1 from ticket sales. So, of course, they're going to run it back if they have the chance. And the story now is Diaz accepted. So, who else do we got?
Trip in Vegas. Hey, Trip.
Trip, what's up?
Hey, guys. Covino, you're going to love this. I'm sitting here waiting to go to my barber shop, all Hispanic except for me. The question I have, and Danny G's laughing because he let me through on this because I told him, when y'all go to San Francisco, are y'all going to be in like a hamster cage, or are you going to get your own rooms? That goes way back for many years on that conversation.
We are going to Arizona.
Yeah, it's the
to
49ers.
watch,
Yeah.
to
it is the
watch
Niners,
the 49ers
in
play.
Phoenix, yeah.
In Phoenix. And, Rich and I, true story, probably sharing a room.
Well, no, it's an Airbnb.
Oh, so we're not?
It's an Airbnb, but we've shared rooms before. You know what? I'm very.
We shared last year in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, it's an Airbnb with
But we don't look at each other's junk.
Duh,
Yeah.
We found out on yesterday's show that you're partners.
Let's say hi to Justin in Fargo. What's up, Justin?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I just want to weigh in on Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah,
I've listened to a lot of the networks and the post-game coverage, and I haven't heard anyone say anything about the Dodgers on defense didn't have not one clean inning. Blue Jays had traffic on every inning of the game, which makes the win more impressive to me. I just want to know what you guys' thoughts on that was.
My thoughts are simple, man. I'm not saying that the Blue Jays were the better team. They lost. But there was something about them that felt that way to me. And what I got from the Dodgers is, regardless of the fight of the Blue Jays, they know how to win. And they were able to pull that off. They just know how to win.
I
and
think
you just they got on and they fought, but the Blue Jays, but the Dodgers knew how to get out of it.
I just think that you have to give the Blue Jays equal credit though, as far as providing
excitement,
fight. The ratings weren't huge just because it was the Dodgers. The ratings were huge because it was the Dodgers versus a gritty, heart-filled Blue Jays team that took a Dodgers team that everyone expected to really just win easily to the brink, to extra innings in Game 7. So I think
I don't even think Dodger fans, though, Rich, thought that was going to be an easy World Series. Not with the bullpen struggle. The bats were cold. Even against the Brewers, the Dodgers bats were cold.
But,
Very true.
Yeah, but according to Las Vegas, they were 2-1. It was like minus 230 to win 100.
That's Vegas, though. The Blue Jays were the number one seed. The Dodgers were not, 100% as far as their bats, and definitely not with their pitching. So I was nervous going into that World Series. I wasn't puffing out my chest like, oh, we're going to sweep this Blue Jays team.
I think there's an intangible there, though, that was so evident with the Dodgers, and I think anyone that knows sports or even plays for fun knows what I'm talking about. You might not be the most aggressive, you might not be the most flashy, like you just know how to win, and the Dodgers have that on top of being flashy and everything else. They just know how to win, and we're able to do that, and that's what we witnessed, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Justin in Fargo.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you for the call. We're going to get to the rest of your phone calls. Nate Diaz, Jake Paul, looks like a rematch is happening November 14th because Tank Davis is an a-hole. That's why. And we got more Covino and Rich, midweek major, Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom, prizes to give away. We do it all next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
When you're in a relationship where maybe your girl's not really giving it up much and not having much of a love life, maybe you get yelled at a lot, and then you get a glimpse of another relationship and you're like, oh, this isn't how it's supposed to be, and like it opens your eyes. I think a lot of people's eyes are open to what their team's inadequacies are.
Absolutely.
I had so many
I'll give you an analogy.
I had so many Met fan friends say, when Vladdy Jr. cut off that ball and threw the runner out of third, you know how many people hit me up and said, you think Pete Alonso could do that?
No, yeah, I know.
Like,
it's like being on vacation with your wife,
Yeah.
and everyone's all lovey-dovey, and you're like, why aren't we like that?
What's going on
You ever
here?
see, like, you're at dinner, and you're just having, like, you're just going through the motions, cutting your steak, and you look across, and you see these lovebirds in a booth across from you.
Why do birds
They're canoodling.
suddenly
It's like
appear?
new love, and they're like, electric, staring at each other's eyes, and you're like, yeah, love should be like that.
It's how
That's
other-
how
it's
it
how-
is
it's
watching
how,
these two teams.
Sam, it's how other shows look at you and they're like, "Wow, we wish our host loved the way Covino Rich love Iowa Sam."
That's
good. It's a good comparison.
Good one. No, it really is. You're right, Rich.
Want
It's
that
like
love.
you see all the inadequacies of your team from watching these two great teams, two very different
Yeah.
teams. I want to give props to, well, a few people. You know, we keep talking about Wembanyama, but it's a really growing story. I even saw Kendrick Perkins saying that years from now, the conversation, it could be 5 years from now. It could be 2 years from now. Who knows? But it's going to be who's the GOAT? LeBron, Jordan, and for a younger generation, Wemby. Like, he's going to be added to that conversation. That's the type of year he's having and the potential he's showing this year. Again, grew 2 inches and just playing way more dominant than
Are you talking about when he saw
He
the
did in the
Sidney
past.
Sweeney picture?
No.
Oh, height-wise. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
height-wise.
I'm sorry, my bad.
And then I want to give props to, again, because we're so caught up in World Series and Thursday Night Football and everything else. Yeah, we've been talking about how, hey, NBA's popping too, but I don't think we've mentioned once how in the zone Austin Reeves has been playing out of his mind.
I
Like,
almost feel like his dominance is poorly timed for him. Like, you're right,
92
too many
points in the past two games.
We did
Yesterday,
mention
the
how he
game
set
winner.
that record, or is
Oh, he
one of
set-
the
yeah.
record
I'm sure-
setters
like
for the
I'm saying,
Lakers.
I'm
first
sure it's
4
come
games.
up,
Yeah.
but still, the way he's playing, and again, the game winner, it's like he had a bad night. He had 28 points yesterday. And again, getting more opportunity because there's no Luka, no LeBron. So
No.
he's the guy who's stepping up. But he's stepping up in such a big way, Rich, that he's showing that, even Redick was saying that he's not just good. We always knew he was bad, but, like, he's really bad. Like, he's a good
He's a bad
Yeah,
man.
he's a bad man. We always knew he was a good player, but he's like really showing that he's a superstar that could lead a team. Dude with 28 points yesterday still has the game-winning shot. So, again, playing like a beast, but it's going under the radar because we're talking
Yeah.
so much
If-
World
listen,
Series
if-
and everything else.
If this was happening
Any other time.
If this is happening after, like, the football season ended and that, that dead time where it's really just like NBA or hockey, this would be our lead coming out of the show. Like, Austin Reeves.
Because he's in a
Yeah.
zone. That's a great place to be. When everything's just dropping, everything's going your way, got to embrace those moments. He's living it right now. So just want to make that point in case you come here for the, the basic updates. If you're missing that storyline, it's fun to see.
I need Reeves to rub the top of Bet's head.
Yeah, exactly. Need some of that.
And when you think of it, when he has the ability to play like that, if that Lakers team does click, is he playing like that because he has an opportunity that he won't have when that team is fully healthy? It's almost like if fully healthy and out there on the court long term, like LeBron just got back into action. Do those points now are they taken away from Austin Reeves and like redistributed?
Oh, there was a popular sports website this morning throwing out there that the Lakers should consider trading Reeves. And, of course, in the comments, everybody was furious. Saying, you can't do that right now. But
I
they're
get
saying,
it. The stock's not going to get higher than it is right now.
That's what they were saying,
Yeah, no, he's playing big, man, and that's what you want. You want your guys to step up. But, he's getting that opportunity to show what he could really do.
Nate Diaz, the K-Fed of MMA. No one cares. We're all going to be wasting our time now in 2 weeks watching Jake Paul whooping old-ass Nate Diaz.
Welcome back to Covino and Rich. That's negative Norberto, Rich Davis. Dude, you have Gervonta Davis, who has this assault charge on him from a stripper, plus all these other charges that have come up with this guy. The fight's canceled. Jake Paul scrambling to put something together. I'm not a Jake Paul guy or fan or super fan or anything like that, for the record, just making it clear. He's able to pull something together last minute for everyone's entertainment. It's UFC legend Nate Diaz for a legitimate rematch, and you're complaining about it.
I'll watch,
It's like,
but
you know
what
what
do
he
you
could have
want me
did?
to be like
Man.
super pumped?
Well, but my point is, you have a dilemma. You try to make some lemonade out of it. He's doing his best. He's doing his, but what is he supposed to do? So instead of applauding the guy for, hey, man, thanks for still making the fight happen and giving, the fans some entertainment.
Do you want to
You're
be
like,
pumped?
oh, Nate Diaz.
Do you want to be pumped? My dad went to go into New York City to see a Broadway show once with his wife, with Hugh Jackman.
Ooh. Hugh Jackman, the greatest showman.
Come to find out, it's the understudy. My dad's like, I want my money back. He went home. No one wants to see this junk. And speaking of junk, there's a junk story we're going to get to in a minute that's way more interesting.
Well, your
than
thoughts.
Nate Diaz.
There's a few phone calls left on this.
Interesting to you
announcement.
weirdo.
And the number is 877-99 on Fox. Everything at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. We still got Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom, giving away prizes, midweek major, and more.
I have a question. If you could pick someone at Fox Sports Radio that you think could do the worm as good as Freddie Freeman, who do you think it is?
That's a good question. Because who would have thought Freddie Freeman could do the worm the way he did the worm?
I mean, Doug's a pretty athletic guy. He's still coaching college hoops, and he's in shape. Is Doug the answer? Is it you or me?
No, because I think it's unassuming.
Can you see Rob Parker?
No, because
doing
the worm doesn't mean that you could dance necessarily.
I
It's
just
just
mean
that you could do the worm.
Well, you have
so
the
for me, it'd be
athletic-
someone like Jay Stu, like someone unexpected.
You think Jay Stu could do the worm?
That's right. In fact, I've perfected it for many years. I did the worm in high school, junior high. I did it throughout my whole career.
I don't know. Big Sexy Ryan? The worm?
I don't think it's
Big
any
Mike can, though.
Do you think Big Mike, Dan Byer? What do you think?
Maybe 35 years ago, you idiots.
It's so funny, though, because if you don't know what Rich is talking about, Freddie Freeman just did the most perfect worm. It's like, it was really good. Would have never expected that he was able to pull that off.
here's
But that
the thing.
doesn't mean the guy's like a great dancer.
Right.
Doesn't mean he's going to be an Electric Boogaloo 3.
Now, you got to ask yourself, though, if put to the test because you had to, you think you could?
No. It's a skill. It's something, it's something you've practiced.
But you don't think your body can move that
No,
way on
I
the floor?
can't.
But you're an
Very
agile
stiff.
guy. What are you?
No.
You 5'10", 180?
No, can't do it.
You're not some...
5'10" and 3/4, thanks. But, no. Can't do it.
I was trying to be generous.
I just know I can't.
I think you're 5'8".
No. Nope.
Kyler
Can't do it.
Murray.
Can you do it or no?
I think Freddie Freeman's height, so I think we got to look at someone who's tall, maybe slender. So I don't mind the Rob Parker.
I got it.
I would-
Lowenkron.
Yeah, Isaac I think would be good. I think Bursch.
Yeah, Bursch. I was thinking.
Bursch would be
Steve
good.
the Sager. There you go.
Steve DeSager. Yo, if Steve DeSager just busts out the worm, I just may walk out and never come back.
It's less
Steve's
of
not
a,
tall enough though.
It's less of a dance move, more of like a party trick.
But I
you know
do
what mean?
wonder,
Yeah.
and to wrap, we want to harp on the worm, but I guarantee we've all been to a wedding, an event, a party, where the unassuming person does the worm. It's
Yeah.
I don't know who it could be.
He did a great job. It was pretty wild. I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this real? I thought it was AI. Is this AI?
What's going on
Man,
here?
Freddie Freeman
You
got
think
the
LeVar?
move.
You think LeVar could do the worm? He was an elite athlete.
I don't know. You know what? We'll think about it. We got a lot of phone calls coming in at 877-99 on Fox. Some about Nate Diaz and some about the NFL, some about the MLB. But let's go to Dan Byer. Speaking of Dan Byer, let's say
DB.
hello for an update.
Hey, guys. I got
buddy.
a bunch of NFL news, but literally just coming in seconds ago. Jimmy Butler's out tonight for the Warriors against Sacramento. In other NBA news, no Austin Reeves tonight for the Lakers as they take on the Spurs, and Jazz center Walker Kessler's going to miss the rest of the year because of a left shoulder injury. I know maybe some people playing daily fantasy want to get their lineups in.
Gotcha.
That's what we've got tonight. Looking ahead to Week 10 in the NFL, guys, there will be no C.J. Stroud for the Houston Texans. Ruled out because of a concussion suffered in Week 9, so Davis Mills starts for the Texans in their matchup against the Jaguars. The Cardinals are placing quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve with his foot injury.
Right now, what he's going to concentrate on is getting healthy. He's not healthy enough to play. He needs to get healthy so he can get back to playing football.
That's head coach Jonathan Gannon. So Jacoby Brissett, who's going to start against the Seahawks in Week 10, would be in line to start the 3 other games following that, as Murray will miss an additional 4 games because of the IR placement. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy, limited in practice. I feel like a broken record, but that's what he was today. No practice for Ricky Pearsall. Niners have that huge showdown with the Rams coming up in the Bay Area. Puka Nacua expected to play despite suffering a rib issue against the Saints this past weekend, but Sean McVay expects to have his star wide receiver available for that divisional game. Couple of other notes, guys. Commanders head coach Dan Quinn told reporters they're still evaluating how to proceed with the elbow injury suffered by quarterback Jaden Daniels last Sunday night. Of course, Marcus Mariota is going to start against the Lions. No practice today for Bills running back James Cook, Panthers running back Rico Dowdle, or Patriots running back Ramondre Stevenson. And Bill Belichick, one of 9 former NFL head coaches who advanced into the semifinals in balloting for the Hall of Fame. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Dan.
Bill Belichick. He could do the worm.
He could do the worm?
Imagine that.
Onto the worm.
Onto the worm.
This whole Brissett story, the Kyler Murray story, reeks to me like it's a cover-up of sorts, and that's sort of speculation.
Yeah.
That's all over social media today. That's the big story. It's like, is he really that hurt, or is Brissett just better and he's starting better now and starting for the team? Like, we feel like there's the truth and the spin. Like, it feels to me, Rich, like when I was getting a divorce, I didn't want to tell my daughter I was moving out. So I told her, Dad has to be closer to work for a while. And I feel like they don't want to tell us that Kyler Murray's not starting. It's his foot injury. Like, I feel like we're not getting the full truth out of that story yet. Or maybe his foot really is that bad. But that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, we're not getting the true, real story here.
Well, I'll tell you what you are getting the true story, though. In San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have made it very clear that it's Brock Purdy's team, and when he is ready to go...
Well, Mac Jones even said that.
Yeah, he's ready to go. This is not let's take our time with Purdy because Mac Jones has been a quality backup. They're saying if Purdy could go in any capacity, he will play. There's no let's stick with Mac Jones while Purdy's nursing his injury. If Brock Purdy has a chance to play, he'll play.
Okay, so there's... a lot of phone calls about a lot of different things. 877-99 on Fox. Let's go through it.
Swifty in Vermont. What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up, man? We're good.
So I'm calling about Game 6, a controversy that was never called, and an interference call that was never called. On Mookie Betts' shot that scored 2, Shohei Ohtani comes in first, and as the Toronto pitcher is backing up the catcher, he's boxing him out like a basketball player.
Yeah, that was wild.
And it was never called.
Yeah, that was a good one. Did you see that play? Yeah.
Of all the plays,
Ohtani boxed him out.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I think because it could be left for interpretation of, like, was he really trying to box him out, or was he just there and they just collided? I don't know. That was interesting. It showed a little bit of it showed me a different side of Shohei. Like, he's willing to do anything to win here.
All right. Let's say hi to Mike, who wants to talk a little Nate Diaz in Fresno. What's up?
What's up, fellas? Always enjoy the show and enjoy listening.
Thanks.
First off, Nate, it's not like he's mega rich, so, it is a payday for him.
Yeah.
And the thing about Nate is he's always entertaining, and he's always going to bring it, and I love his swag, man. Talk to you guys later.
All right, so not that I'm scared that Nate Diaz is going to come get me, but I do find him entertaining. I just think anyone
Here
that
comes
thinks...
the back pedal.
Yeah, there it is. Didn't you call him the Federline of the UFC?
I mean, Federline's very talented.
No.
But
okay.
no, I'm just saying Nate Diaz is entertaining as hell. I just think that anyone that is going to watch a Jake Paul fight is looking for what's the hook? We already saw this. and it didn't end up great. It wasn't like this epic fight that you needed to run back. Like if you told me Ryan Garcia, the young, handsome Ryan Garcia, who...
Yeah, but Ryan Garcia is of a different pedigree of fighter. Like maybe he doesn't want to be part of that circus act.
Well, you know what? All I'm saying is that Jake Paul is going to beat Nate Diaz, and it'll go the distance. There'll be a moment where Nate Diaz is tough and takes some punches, and the crowd's like, yeah, you're the man, Nate Diaz. And
remember, before Gervonta accepted this fight, he was already talking about retirement.
All right.
It takes away a little bit of your legitimacy when you're fighting Jake Paul.
By the way, what a magnificent call. Comes in, gives you props, gives his take, says, I'm gone. See you guys. Appreciate it.
More of that.
Like bang up job, Fresno.
Honestly,
love it.
If only everyone.
And I'm not, it's not everybody else, but like, guy, boom, 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 gone. See ya.
Boom. Formatics.
Great call, DB. Great call.
All right.
And we're going to get to the rest of your phone calls. Hang tight. Liam, Mitch, Frank, Rob. Hang tight. We got more Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio next.
Two words for the NBA. Who cares? Because right now, when you are watching the World Series in a couple days, when you're right smack dab, week 7 and 8 of the NFL.
Not only that, you're trying to figure out the NFL. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, like we're in the midst of, we had a double doozy Monday Night Football last night.
It's an interesting season so far.
You're trying to decide who am I pulling for in the World Series, October baseball, Halloween's, in a week. Your kids are probably figuring out their trunk or treat and trick or treat.
I'm watching The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix saying, what the hell?
I'm watching Chad Powers because no one else is, and it's so freaking good. 5 episodes in. You idiots better be watching Chad Powers. Danny G, follow me on this one. I'll follow you on task. I started last night. HBO Max. The NBA, know what it reminds me of? We go to Vegas, Danny G, and they say, oh, the fight started at 5:30. And you're like, do they really? Or do they really start at like 8 o'clock? Because you're like, then you start doing the math. You're like, the main event usually starts at 11:30 on the East. So the good fights really don't start until.
It's like 3 hours of warm-ups.
It's like a waste. It's like preseason NFL. It's like telling someone, hey, we're having people over at 7 o'clock. The host doesn't think you're really showing up at 7. They assume 7:15 is the time, right? No one shows up at, I'm here, 7:01. Like, we're jumping the gun, NBA. No one cares until after Thanksgiving. In fact, the best year ever in the NBA was when it was, remember, Christmas Day? That shortened season, we're like, perfect. The NBA tips off on Christmas Day. Next month and a half, I'm honest right now. I am going to be watching highlights, faking my interest in the NBA until Christmas.
He's not lying about that shortened season being the most exciting season. It really was. Something about it was like action just started, and we got into it.
It seemed like the perfect amount of time, but not for the owners' pockets, and that's why they're not going to listen to all of our hot takes about you should start on Christmas Day every year.
Danny, you know what? It's only because of a couple storylines and, us trying to fish for good content for the show, and there's always going to be some drama, right? And, you want to see what new players are emerging. Does Wemby take a big step forward this year?
Can anyone beat OKC? They've only gotten better.
Exactly. So
the Rockets roll out the tallest opening day lineup in NBA history.
Yeah, and then you're going to be very intrigued by like, what do the Mavericks look like healthy, right? I get it, the storylines, but other than for work purposes and to stay in the loop as a grown man, I have zero interest in the NBA until Christmas Day. Might as well put it in my stocking stuffer. NBA. Oh, look at this. A little marshmallow Santa and the NBA. Because until Christmas Day, the NBA, I don't care about you. I don't care. And I'll stick to it. Oh, man. It's Covino and Rich. I just saw the most annoying thing.
What, are you looking in the mirror?
If you follow college hoops specifically, NBA too, I'm sure, but every time a team gets to 67 points,
an angel gets his wings,
the crowd just erupts. 6-7. Like I just saw like close. 3 clips in a row where the minute 67 is hit. So you'll be sure to look forward to that all basketball season.
Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. The Chicago Bulls are off to their best start since the Jordan era.
Ooh.
What in the hell?
Ooh.
10 seconds remaining in the game. Giddy drives left, hangs in the air, gives left corner, Vooch for 3. Bullseye! Bullseye! Bulls take the lead! 3.2 seconds remaining, fourth quarter, and the Bulls have their first lead of the night.
That was courtesy of Bulls Radio Network, our Tire Rack play of the day. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Tire Rack.
Now, thank you guys, Fox Sports Radio, for hanging out with us. You could watch the show, Covino and Rich, FSR on YouTube, stream live, chat live. Pull up the chat, man.
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Let's chat it up. You're the chattiest guy going, Rich Davis. Covino and Rich, FSR on YouTube. And speaking of Rich, Blabbermouth Davis. He's so full of hot air and so full of himself that when the Mets were doing well last year, he changed our MLB season bet. I want to take you back. Before we get too far past baseball, even though there's still excitement in the air, Rich and I had a bet. Who would have the better season this year, the Mets or the Yankees? It was a $1,000 bet, and we shook on it here in the studio.
Yeah, you made the bet in December.
We made the bet in December before the season was popping. Who was going to have the better season, the Mets or the Yankees? And it was back and forth all year until the very end when the Mets just continued to collapse.
If you remember, at one point, I got all cocky because the Mets maybe had like a 4-game lead on.
And around that time, that's part of the story.
Yeah.
When the Mets were doing well, Rich said he wanted to change the bet. And I said, well, what is it? He goes,
no, we changed the bet when they were dead even.
For every game over, it's another $100. And we shook on that. The Yankees end up beating the Mets as far as record, and they had 11 more wins. That means I won $1,000 from the original bet and $1,100 from the additional bet that this guy brought upon himself. I didn't want to do it. I said, sure, whatever, dude, because Rich is a gambling fool. So that means Rich Davis here owes me $2,100, and we've never resolved this.
In the form of 94 and 68 for the Yankees, and the Mets were 83 and 79.
So I want my big giant check.
Now,
I want an Ed McMahon sort of giant check presented to me. That's what I want. I want my $1,000, but because I'm a nice guy, I don't want the full $2,100. I'm willing to make a deal. Like deal or no deal, like call the guy upstairs.
Call
like,
the
hey,
banker?
Yeah, I'm going to call the banker and make a deal with you. And I already threw it out there, but Rich sort of ignored it.
All right, hold on. What's
And
the
if
deal?
you missed it, my deal was this. And this was before the World Series. I said, Rich, you just got your patio done. Life out here in L.A. is expensive. I'm not going to make my good buddy, my co-host, give me $2,100 because he was a big mouth who decided to raise the stakes.
It's being too nice.
Just give me the $1,000. That was the original bet.
Okay.
And throw in that Shohei Ohtani rookie card you got.
Oh, the special one Danny got me like when we first met?
And I said that before the World Series. I said that before any MVP, even though we knew he probably had it again this year. And I got no response. I got crickets. So are we going to resolve this? What do you think, Fox Sports Radio Nation? You think that's a fair sort of deal?
I think that's very, very kind. I'm
willing to forget $1,100.
I'm going to call the banker. Hold on. I'm going to call the banker and say.
You know why? Because when Danny G, I got to make Danny G understand what I'm getting at. Danny G was kind enough to buy Rich Davis this rookie card for what? For Christmas one year, Danny?
It was his birthday.
It was Rich's birthday early on in our show, and Danny G's like, hey, man, as a gesture of kindness and friendship in our journey together as a show, I present you this birthday gift. And
That's exactly how he did it.
And Rich opened it up, and it was an Ohtani rookie. When you gave that rookie
A graded Ohtani.
graded Ohtani with the jersey in it and everything, when you gave that card to Rich, my heart sank because I was like, that should be for me. So I've had my eyes on this card since day one.
But now the only caveat was I'd be regifting essentially something Danny gave me.
Bro, I'm giving you a deal.
I know.
You either give me that little piece of cardboard or $1,100.
This is the banker. Yeah, does this dump button actually work? Could I press this?
Do you want to get feedback from the Fox Sports Radio Nation first?
No.
Or should I say, you know what? You've waited too long. I want the $2,100.
I'm taking the deal.
You're taking the deal.
This is not like Shark Tank. You know when someone will ask for
Mr. Wonderful's, all right, you waited. I'm done. Deal's off the table. I want to know. We got to shake on it. Is it a deal or no deal?
I mean, you're very generous. I'm taking the deal.
You're taking the deal?
Ohtani and the 1,000.
Well, then I'm taking your son's future Ohtani rookie card. Are you sure about that?
Let's go.
Are we documenting this?
Come on.
$1,000 plus the card.
I'll give you, sure.
$1,000 cash.
Cash tomorrow.
Oh,
you're too generous.
Until next season.
They shook.
Until next season, bro. What are we, 142 days away? 141 days away?
Too generous.
All
right.
right.
Very generous of you. I appreciate it.
You heard it here first.
That's
I could have took $2,100 from this fool.
That's kindness.
I'm willing to take that rookie. And Danny G, that's not considered regifting.
Nah, it's cool.
It's part of the deal, man.
Just kicking myself because I could have sold that card for $1,100.
Hey, you know.
I just looked it up. That card's actually worth $60,000.
Yeah, he shook on it. Too bad.
So, all right, Ohtani's yours. Yeah, perfect. Listen, my goodness, when we made that bet the whole season, that was anxiety-ridden for me. I'll tell you real quick, and then
maybe
we'll move
your
on to other
chance to
stuff.
win it back next baseball
Let me
season.
tell you, though,
We'll see.
it's there was a point where they were dead even most of the year. When your team is on a losing streak and you're betting on them every day, essentially, it was miserable. But, hey, what a great baseball season we got out of everything, and we can officially close the book.
Right, and your thoughts on
this
that.
season.
Plus, we got to talk Haley Bailey and Matt Khalil and football and more.
2 Coke cans? Well, I'll explain what that means next. Hang tight.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win? Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Most NFL teams back at practice on this Wednesday, prepping for Week 10, including the Arizona Cardinals, who are going to start Jacoby Brissett against the Seahawks on Sunday. And don't expect to see quarterback Kyler Murray for a while for Arizona.
Today, Kyler's going to go on IR. Feel like that's the best thing for him and for us. He's not fully healthy, ready to go yet, so that makes the most sense. Right now, what he's going to concentrate on is getting healthy.
That's Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon, as Murray will miss the next 4 games for Arizona with that foot injury. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy limited in practice today. Rams come to town on Sunday. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua should go against San Francisco, according to head coach Sean McVay. Texans have ruled out quarterback C.J. Stroud against Jacksonville. Davis Mills will get the start. In the NBA, Anthony Edwards back for the T-Wolves tonight against the Knicks. Jimmy Butler out for the Warriors. No Austin Reeves for the Lakers. I'm Dan Beyer.
Yo.
That is us. That is us.
Hey.
And we're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio and streaming live on YouTube at Covino and Rich FSR. Send the link to your buddies. Get them involved. We're chatting live, too. Lots of live feedback Rich will get to. And remember, with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever, whenever you happen to be. Shout out to everybody listening on the app. Shout out to all of our affiliates. We appreciate you. Remember, 24/7, anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Search Fox Sports Radio and make us number one on your presets. Now, this hour, we got Midweek Major, the biggest stories in sports and pop culture. We decide are they midweek or major. Plus, Big Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom. I'm Covino. That is Rich Davis, and we be rocking out. Let's go.
We're going to talk some
Hump Day.
MLB. One last MLB story before we turn the page. Mad Dog Russo mad about something, so I just think it's...
Well, he's the Mad Dog.
I love Mad Dog, but I also love when boomers get mad and start screaming.
Would you clone your Mad Dog like Tom Brady? Hey, let me wrap up the first hour.
Buddies.
I want to wrap up the first hour with a tiny bit of legitimacy, all right? Because the rumor is that Nate Diaz accepted Jake Paul's offer to fill in for a rematch fight November 14th, right?
Yeah.
There is, however, a legitimate fight this weekend. Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin are fighting, two junior middleweight top prospects. Big Virgil Ortiz fan. He's dominant at 154. And that Christy Martin movie comes out this weekend with Sydney Sweeney. So if you're a fight fan, just want to remind you there.
I'm a Sydney Sweeney fan.
Yeah,
and
me
I saw
too.
that she said that she would love the idea of like just sparring or getting in
She's
the ring.
saying she's ready for a fight right now, yeah. And I'll take her on anytime. No creepo. And we finalized our bet. It was a season-long, year-long bet. Mets, Yankees.
There's a speed bag stroke in there somewhere.
I know
I
there
just
is.
don't know where.
Yeah. Rich now owes me $1,000 because the Yankees had a better record. We shook on it, and I said, you owe me another $1,100 because the Yankees had 11 more wins, but I'll forget that if you give me your Ohtani rookie. Rich shook on it. So he saves $1,100, but I get the rookie card. And just to wrap up that discussion, get this. This is a story in the news today. Yamamoto, your World Series MVP, dominant. His best card ever is still out there. It's been confirmed that the World Series MVP's rookie debut patch card, autographed, has not yet been redeemed. So now there's like a scamper. There's
a hustle and a bustle.
There's a hustle and bustle of collectors and fans all over the world now hitting their local hobby shacks and local card shops because now they're like, we got to get our hands on it. It's like trying to find a lottery ticket in a haystack is really what it is.
Yeah, remember that guy? Do you remember this story about the guy that had a hard drive with like $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on it, and he knew what junkyard it was in?
Yeah,
and he never came out with it, but he spent like resources and years just saying, listen, I'll pay whatever, dig through this trash yard, because if you find this hard drive, it has $1 billion on it.
But this is really interesting because even grown men like Danny G's brother and friends and cousins, they're all like, yeah, on my way home, I'm going to stop like you're trying to buy a lottery ticket.
Today, the
it's
Mega
like
Millions.
the sports version of the Powerball.
Well,
so again,
today, the Mega Millions today, by the way, I believe is the highest it's been in this year. It's there's been no winner since June, so $800 to $1 billion for the Mega Millions.
Well, think about it. We all knew how great he was and the potential was there, but we all saw how great he is in the World Series, right?
Yeah.
The debut card, I don't know if everybody's privy to what Topps has been doing. They've been putting a rookie debut patch on any time a big leaguer makes his debut appearance.
Yeah.
They then take that patch that they wore one time and they put it into a card, autographed, so it's one of one. So that's the patch he wore in his debut. That card is still out there. And after that performance, you know the value of that card skyrocketed. And now, because everyone knows it's out there, the value skyrockets even more. So it is like a sports version of a lottery ticket that people are on the hunt for as we speak.
You ever have a dumb thought? And I know Covino's had this dumb thought. Knowing that the Yamamoto card is out there somewhere.
Yeah.
You ever lose something and you wonder, like, if I could GPS it? Like, you ever leave, like, a hat at a hotel or a shirt somewhere? You'll see an old shirt in a picture, and you're like, what happened to that shirt? I know when you went through your divorce,
I see pictures all the time, and I'm like, what happened to that
When
jacket?
Covino went through his divorce,
After the divorce, I just never got certain things back.
He claims that there's like his favorite guitar.
Yeah, gone.
His ex-wife's like, I don't have it. Well, I don't have it.
It was a Takamine, beautiful acoustic electric guitar. I saved all my college money when I had no money, my Bennigan's money to buy this guitar, and never saw it again.
So essentially what we're saying, Danny, before we move on, we're saying that somewhere out there in the United States, maybe even another country,
Goes west.
There's a pack of unopened Topps cards that just has this probably $1 million plus easy one-of-one Yamamoto
One
card.
of one.
It could be sitting at a hobby shop in Mississippi, Texas, California, New York. There's just one card just sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
Never opened.
So we'll keep you posted on that.
That's wild, right?
And I can't wait to collect on my
Not
Ohtani card.
Not after tonight. I'm going to that Van Nuys shop where I got the Ohtani rookie.
Yeah, but it's so funny because everybody has that little dream now.
Oh,
Like,
there's an overpriced place in my neck of the woods. Is a Calabasas Commons, Danny. There's that. It's like cards and coffee. It's like $20 for one pack.
Hey, you never know.
You guys have talked about it. I think the McMillions, the McDonald's Monopoly game, and how that was such a fraud. The card thing is a real deal because, as you guys say, you kind of need to like keep that card out there. Recently, I think it was Topps basketball had a release, and there was a Cooper Flag card, and within the first day, it was pulled. So the drama following it is now lost.
Right.
So if you're the company, like, maybe you hold it back from the packs for a week, and how to do it.
Create a little buzz.
Yeah, because it would kind of ruin everything. And if all of a sudden, 24 hours later, like the card was already found, this adds so much mystery and drama to it.
Do you remember when they had the Paul Skeens version of this?
Yes.
And the Pirates offered some weak-ass package if someone found it. And it was not weak-ass
Well,
if you're
their
a Pirates
package
fan.
was good, for Pittsburgh.
But it was like, if you pull the Paul Skeens one of one, you get like a year of Pirates season tickets and this and that and everything. And it's like, unless you're a Pirates fan, like, yeah, no thanks. And even if you are a Pirates fan,
yes.
And
no
by the way, all
thanks.
this stuff added to the excitement of this magical baseball season that we keep talking about. I think we saw a boom in the star power of all these cards and collectibles and patches and rookie debuts and things like that. I think it just added to the whole thing. So props to Topps. And again, Covino and Rich getting ready for Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom.
Can you find out one thing for me, Danny, before we move on? Is this card, would it be in your regular Topps baseball pack, or is it a special type of pack?
Yeah, that's a good question because there are some Topps top-tier packs.
Yeah, only because like the cards I buy for the kids on my pony ball team, they're like, like a box of cards is $25, and there's like, it's your regular like Topps.
Well, the card itself, I don't know what pack it comes in. We'll have Danny look that up. But the card itself is a Topps certified autograph issue, authentic game-worn patch card.
Damn.
Made his MLB debut March 21st, 2024. So, again, one of one because this is the patch he wore in his debut.
Yeah, and to Rich's point, like not all inserts are placed in all packs. Like there's hobby packs, there's blaster boxes, there's a whole different array. And if you're not picking the right one, you're not even able to start because you're picking the wrong pack.
And check this out. This is what Topps is doing. It says Yamamoto's debut patch card remains in the possession of Topps, which confirmed to The Athletic that no one has submitted the redemption code to receive the Yamamoto card as of Sunday. Topps produces a redemption card bearing a special code that goes into a Topps pack instead of the debut patch card itself in an effort to keep the unique and valuable cards in top condition.
You know, Ken Golden's sitting somewhere waiting to get his grimy hands on this, put it in Golden Collectibles.
This so a kid doesn't bend the corners.
Yeah.
And so somebody's not sitting at a Target weighing packs of cards. Have you seen that? Like you'll go in and they'll have a scale. They'll weigh it if it's a jersey patch because the weight of the pack is different.
Just the littlest amount, you're right.
Yes, I bought a pack of cards yesterday for my son. We were at the store. I said, let's just go get some football cards. And they were locked up behind, and usually they let you pick. And the worker, instead of grabbing the first one, grabbed the fifth one. And I thought to myself, why would you grab the fifth one? Why don't you just grab the first one? So I'm thinking to myself that
shenanigans.
Yeah, that maybe they had kind of have waited. No, I didn't care. It was just for him to see the players and cards and whatever. It was $7. But I was just like, it felt a little shady.
Yeah, it is shady and weird. But you know what? When I hear that story, Dan, it just it just reconfirms the excitement, and it makes me happy that kids are able to be excited about this stuff the same way we were when we were growing up. It's back, man.
Didn't you get the Austin Wells with the mustache clippings?
I got his actual mustache clippings this year, guys. I was so pumped about it. All right, now, we have a crazy story about 2.5 Coke cans, more than what you're seeing here on our YouTube page. 2.5. Covino and Rich FSR. 2.5 of those. We have a story that involves 2.5 Coke cans. What does it mean? We'll explain. But before we do that, we have to give away prizes with Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom.
It's time for the guy that runs this place.
Just for clarification, guys, Big Mike does not run this place. He is not in charge of everything. He has no power over really anybody here. He does not run this place.
It's Big Mike's Words of Wisdom on a Wednesday.
There he is. Big Mike. Oh.
This is an honor.
Wait, hold on. Is Mike's microphone not
Ryan.
even on?
Ugly. You want to turn me on?
Sexy Ryan has to put the flute down. And
you want to turn him on? Here's
Turn
2.5 Coke cans.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
there you
Here
go.
we go.
Oh, Big
Hello,
Mike.
everybody. In honor of the ending of baseball season, my words of wisdom
All right.
is baseball related. Umpires don't make bad calls. It's just that reality disagrees with them.
Ooh. Wow, that was deep, Mike.
Mhm.
I like
Deep.
that. I like that.
Deep.
Umpire.
I think we need that one last time.
One more time
Yeah.
for the cheap seats. Umpires don't make bad calls. It's just that reality disagrees with them.
if you could repeat that verbatim, which means word for word, Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
You win a CNR Turbo Ball, our brand new and improved Nerf football. So even if you won last year, this is a different one. Your chance to win again right now, if you could repeat that at 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Thank you, Mike. I feel wiser just sitting in your presence all the time. You know that.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom. We do it every Wednesday. Plus, we got Midweek Major coming up. But, Rich, while we get our phone calls going, Danny G's on the case there. I'm going to leave this Haley Bailey story to you.
Well, you probably know Haley Bailey.
You're the raunch bag of the show.
Raunch bag?
Yeah, that's what everybody calls you.
Is that what people say?
Yeah.
Well, Haley Bailey, hot influencer. If you don't know the name, I guarantee if you look her up, you'll be like, oh, I've seen her. You've definitely seen this woman on social media.
Isn't, to my knowledge, Bree was telling me, Haley Bailey is an SI, Sports Illustrated, like, bikini model.
Yeah.
And now influencer,
she
right?
She does, like, funny videos. She's comical on, like, TikTok and Instagram.
But an SI model.
Yeah, but if you see her, you'll be like, of course I know her. She, covers events, and she's out and about. Haley Bailey, if you're in the social media scene, even if you don't know her by name, you'd be
I gotta see her treeks. Let me look her treeks up.
I don't know if that's how you'd recognize her. She does, like, funny videos, but she tends to wear a bikini here and there. Anyway, she was on a podcast and talked about her failed marriage to ex-husband and NFL player Matt. Is it Khalil?
Matt Khalil.
Matt Khalil. So Matt Khalil.
What happened? You couldn't read your own handwriting?
Yeah, I did a Covino.
Honestly, that happens to me all the time. You're off the hook.
Good night, San Diego. Keep it classy. Matt Cahill. Now, she talks about the biggest factor.
Khalil.
What'd I say?
Cahill.
Oh, Khalil. The biggest factor in
Who, by the way, is an offensive tackle for the Vikings.
Yeah. Their 2022 divorce, the biggest factor was the size of his junk.
Just let that breathe for a second.
She said, we're trying to do the damn thing. And, well, let's just say I tried to put the work into my marriage. Goes on to say, dead ass, for our whole marriage, I tried. We tried. We went to a therapist, a doctor. I'm not even lying. I looked up things I could do. She goes on to say, the 33-year-old model, about her ex-husband, that she has love for him and that they are homies to this day, even though that they are divorced, that he is of the 0.01% of the population and described what he has in his pantalones as 2.5 Coke cans.
I don't know how to react to this.
I bring this up because the comments are wild. Because the comments are from social media users saying,
But this is like great press for the guy, right?
dude, well, that's
like it's sad that they got
well-
divorced and all, but like talk about great PR.
well, what I find funny is that the comments on social media are people saying like, oh my God, how disrespectful. What a breach of trust and disrespect. You are married to this person. How can you say such things? And they're all negative from women like, ew, I never expected her to say this. All the comments are negative, and I'm thinking to myself, if you're going to be broken up with, could this not be like the most hilarious? Like, I mean, it sounds silly, but like, this is like not the reason you'd be sad about, right? It's like when people talk about Pete Davidson. Like, remember after a while, I was like, it's really hurting my feelings.
I mean,
This is
he's
going
a
to
big
help your
dude.
street cred.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know there's going to be people that just because of that. Now, he is since happily married and has a kid and everything. But I don't think that's the worst rumor about you. Trust me, exes can say a hell of a lot worse about you.
Well, now everybody's going to look at the new woman and think, oh,
look at her.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Good for her.
But if you're on our YouTube chat.
He's a big dude, by the way. 6'6", easily 300-something pounds.
I mean, just, Mike, 2.5. Like, come on.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know what to say about it.
Technically, those are Diet Coke cans, but okay.
Yeah. Well,
but you're right. If you're ever going to have an ex talk bad about you, let this be the reason.
That might be the one. All right, let's see if we can get a winner for Mike's Words of Wisdom. And let's start with Andrew in Illinois. Andrew, are you there, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Repeat Mike's Words of Wisdom verbatim, and you win the Covino Rich coveted Nerf football.
All right. Umpires don't make bad calls. It's just reality that disagrees.
No. He's sorry. He missed a
You
word
missed a
there.
word.
Sorry, brother.
So close.
Wow.
Sorry about that, Andrew.
Close, man. The flag was thrown.
All right, JP in Northern California. JP, repeat Mike's Words of Wisdom, word for word.
Okay. Umpires don't make bad calls. It's just that reality disagrees with them.
That's a winner. That's a winner. That's a winner.
There you go.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah.
JP in Northern California, we're going to mail you one of these turbo balls.
No, thank you, JP.
Thank you,
Appreciate buddy.
JP. Northern California with the win, and we all feel wiser as a result. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Mike. And again, every Wednesday, your chance to get a little wiser and to win a Nerf football for you or a great stocking stuffer for your little rugrat at home.
Of course. Now, just to wrap up that last story. Takes a lot. To wrap up that last story.
Oh, no.
I just think it is wild because when you think of all the things an ex could say about you.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's usually the opposite. They trash talk. Oh,
it's usually I'm a self-centered son of a bee. I'm a mama's boy.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all true things, but I never want to hear them.
Sounds personal.
Yeah.
Think about all the things a woman could say about a guy. The reason for the divorce is that the guy's too well endowed. That's I think the funny angle is that all the comments on social media are like how wrong it was for her to say all this. And I think most guys would agree that yeah, he's not really mad about this.
No, this is, and by the way, this story's everywhere. Like major like People and things like that.
No, I just
not just raunch websites.
Moments ago, TMZ just posted a whole whole thing about it.
It's everywhere.
It's just
this story's everywhere.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, it's wildly funny. I can't imagine that being the thing.
I feel like Matt Khalil's going to have to change his phone number.
Yeah, and
again, he's married with a little kid, but still, it's just it's.
You know what the weird part about it is? It's so descriptive. The 2.5 Coke can description, like. Every wife and girlfriend are going to go home today and grab a can and then think about their man and really size you up in a weird way. They're like, huh, are we? Your wife's going to be like, did she mean those mini cans?
Did she mean that mini Starbucks espresso can?
Yeah, this isn't going to it's going to make,
Did
it's
she
not gonna make a lot of sense.
She wasn't talking about a couple of Red Bulls.
No, she was like, oh, no,
That's what's weird about
my
it.
husband's more of a 5-hour energy drink.
And I remember hearing similar rumors about Jay-Z when it came to those cans. All right, so anyway, thank you guys again for hanging out with us. Thank you again, Mike, who runs this place.
Thank you, Mike.
And we still have to talk about, well, the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture.
Well, Spot's got midweek major, and we do that next right here on Fox Sports Radio. Two words for the NBA. Who cares? Because right now, when you are watching the World Series in a couple days, when you're right smack dab, week 7 and 8 of the NFL.
Not only that, you're trying to figure out the NFL. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, like we're in the midst of, we had a double doozy Monday Night Football last night.
It's an interesting season.
You're trying to decide who am I pulling for in the World Series, October baseball, Halloween's, in a week. Your kids are probably figuring out their trunk or treat and trick or treat.
I'm watching The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix saying, what the hell?
I'm watching Chad Powers because no one else is, and it's so freaking good. 5 episodes in. You idiots better be watching Chad Powers. Danny G, follow me on this one. I'll follow you on task. I started last night. HBO Max. The NBA, know what it reminds me of? We go to Vegas, Danny G, and they say, oh, the fight started at 5:30. And you're like, do they really? Or do they really start at like 8 o'clock? Because you're like, then you start doing the math. You're like, the main event usually starts at 11:30 on the East. So the good fights really don't start until.
It's like 3 hours of warm-ups.
It's like a waste. It's like preseason NFL. It's like telling someone, hey, we're having people over at 7 o'clock. The host doesn't think you're really showing up at 7. They assume 7:15 is the time, right? No one shows up at, I'm here, 7:01. Like, we're jumping the gun, NBA. No one cares until after Thanksgiving. In fact, the best year ever in the NBA was when it was, remember, Christmas Day? That shortened season, we're like, perfect. The NBA tips off on Christmas Day. Next month and a half, I'm honest right now. I am going to be watching highlights, faking my interest in the NBA until Christmas.
He's not lying about that shortened season being the most exciting season. It really was. Something about it was like action just started, and we got into it.
It seemed like the perfect amount of time, but not for the owners' pockets, and that's why they're not going to listen to all of our hot takes about you should start on Christmas Day every year.
Danny, you know what? It's only because of a couple storylines and, us trying to fish for good content for the show, and there's always going to be some drama, right? And, you want to see what new players are emerging. Does Wemby take a big step forward this year?
Can anyone beat OKC? They've only gotten better.
Exactly. So
the Rockets roll out the tallest opening day lineup in NBA history.
Yeah, and then you're going to be very intrigued by like, what do the Mavericks look like healthy, right? I get it, the storylines, but other than for work purposes and to stay in the loop as a grown man, I have zero interest in the NBA until Christmas Day. Might as well put it in my stocking stuffer. NBA. Oh, look at this. A little marshmallow Santa and the NBA. Because until Christmas Day, the NBA, I don't care about you. I don't care. And I'll stick to it.
A hot tub boy.
What up, Fox Sports Radio Nation? It's Covino and Rich.
Oh, did your daughter and her friends bump into Will Smith? I know teenagers love to hang out at Raising Cane's, and Will Smith is actually serving food at a Raising Cane's in L.A.
You
see
ain't
that?
kidding, man. Teens love Raising Cane's, and all they serve is tendies and fries.
Keep it simple.
And they love In-N-Out Burger out here in California, and, of course, Chick-fil-A. Those are the hangouts out here in L.A.
Well, and you want to know what if you got teenage daughters that go to Starbucks when they have no real reason to?
Starbies.
Tomorrow starts the Christmas drinks already.
Oh, so teenage girls and Rich are super pumped about it.
So all the peppermint and cookie butter lattes and all that stuff. Way too soon.
All right. So, again, we're Covino and Rich. Hope you're having a great day. Going to turn your hump day into a hump night. And we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Remember, for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
All right, and now it's time, my friends, for something we do every Wednesday. Midweek Major. Let's go.
Covino and Rich get you over the middle of the week with Midweek Major.
Ooh, I love that.
We throw sports and pop culture headlines and topics at the fellas, and it's like the kids say.
That's so mid. Week, definitely major.
CNR scoring. Midweek Major.
Let's go.
It's for the Dodgers. All right, before we hand things over to the number one and only host.
That's me.
We like to roll the two big red love dice over there in the main studio.
I just rolled an 8.
7.
Was it 7?
Yeah.
Rich roll.
There we go.
I can add.
Oh, 9.
All right, let's go.
Who wins?
I win.
Oh, lucky Rich. All right, he gets first take. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the most famous person besides Judy Blume from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, Spotty Boy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Spot.
How much time do I have?
Like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. What am I going to do with that?
I don't know. Maybe about 6, 7.
Okay, great. Well, we talked earlier in the show about the Jake Paul, Tank Davis, soon to be, what is it? It's better than nothing?
Better than nothing. BTN,
It's better than
bro.
nothing with Nate Diaz. Well, you know what would be a way better opponent and get way more attention? If Sydney Sweeney stepped into the ring.
Yeah.
So as you know, Sydney Sweeney currently on her press tour. You mentioned it earlier for the upcoming movie Christy, in which she portrays boxer Christy Martin. And Sweeney said that while filming and training for the movie, she fell in love with the sport and may want to actually step in the ring for a real boxing match. So she said that Martin is prepared to sign her up for an actual fight if she was really serious about it. So she's really alluding to the fact, she's like, you know what? Look for the pay-per-view. I don't know who my opponent will be, but I might actually step in the ring. Sweeney says she went through rigorous training for the movie and put on 35 pounds of muscle. So she says that she can take a punch and wouldn't quit. Midweek or major?
That's mid. Okay. I love Sydney Sweeney.
That's
I
so
love
mid.
most stories.
Sydney Sweeney's.
I love so many stories involving Sydney Sweeney. But listen, you could take a boxing cardio class now that you know how to box a little bit because of this movie. What are you going to put your pretty face and reputation and art on the line to get in the ring? As Rocky Balboa said, that was like his only option. Like, this is what I got to do to survive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, come on. You're not Jake Paul. Sydney Sweeney, I love you. And again, there's a speed bag joke in there somewhere. I just can't find it. I just still can't find it.
Keep workshopping it.
Yeah, but no, I think she's great. But stay out of the ring. To really box? Come on. Why would you do that?
Let it be known I'm a big fan. Yeah, I like Sydney Sweeney, but this is a mid-story. Mid-story
so mid.
because, as the old saying goes, you don't play boxing. You know, this is life or death. People are fighting to get out of poverty, fighting for their lives. This is a serious sport. So just because you learn some moves, you learn the basics in a movie, I'm not denying that she didn't get in great shape and learned a lot, but you're not ready to really fight. You may think that you're really ready to fight, but you're not. So stop. As Rob Parker would say, stop it. Yeah, stick with acting.
All right. Dodgers on their victory tour this week, as you know, of course, partying nonstop. Made it a special appearance on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night of Dancing with the Stars. Rich, I'm sure you watched this. So manager Dave Roberts, along with Tyler Glasnow, Will Smith, and Blake Snell, were seen in the audience with the World Series trophy in tow. Some people said they looked a little bit out of their element, but that could also be because they were partying nonstop since Saturday night's win. Also appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where Kike Hernandez, I know we talked about this story yesterday, revealed who that mystery butt was in the photo. Did you guys know? Did you see this? It's that of pitcher Kirby Yates, which makes sense because it was a Kirby tattoo.
That's so
holding
stupid.
The trophy. Right, so
How
stupid.
did we not think of that?
All right, so there you go. Midweek or major.
What was the crux of this again?
I don't know.
What was like the main part?
I don't know.
They're out and about. The Dodgers out and about. Hey, you know what? It's mid again because that's what happens every World Series.
So mid.
The winning team goes out and about. I do think Kike is the star of the week. I mean, his personality is shining. Dance with the Stars. I think more people are disappointed that Topanga's off the show now.
Oh, why'd you blow for me?
And other than that, listen, man, I think watching the World Series team go to all these talk shows makes you feel good if you're a fan of that team. Otherwise, you really don't care. But when it's your team, you love watching them. You do.
All right, you're just babbling now.
I know.
It's weak. It's weak on every level because they all showed up for Dancing with the Stars, but the guy who does the worm wasn't there, Freddie Freeman. If you're going to show up for Dancing with the Stars, I want to see that dude in his flat top do the worm.
And we figured out who it is, by the way. Editor Shea here said he could absolutely do the worm perfectly.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah, weak. If they're going to show up with the best.
All right, Russell Wilson, we know for being incredibly awkward. You've seen his Subway commercials. You know how he is when he talks into camera. Well, now's your chance to have Mr. Unlimited himself make some videos for you because he is now available on Cameo. So for the low price of $333, you can now get your own personalized message from the QB himself. So in a video posted on the site, he said he's wanted to do it for years. People have been asking for it. He plans to release inspirational videos about faith, life, sports, anything you guys need coming your way. Unlimited videos on Cameo. Let's go. He also said, don't be afraid to get creative with your requests. And to that I say be careful what you wish for. But the assumption is that the Cameo will feed his charity, the Why Not You Foundation. As I know, as many of his other ventures have. But it doesn't say it's for charity. So who knows? But the reviews so far are positive. Midweek or major?
Again, I don't want to poop on all your stories, Pop, but it's mid.
That's fine.
Because I just think
it's a lot of mid out there today.
You know, doing Cameo, whoop-it-do. I do think it's cool that he's giving the money to charity, likely, and doing all that. I do think people should try to F with him a little bit. I've seen, there's a guy on TikTok and Instagram that tries to find, like, I guess you would say, like, the Z-level celebrities and has them say some weird stuff. So maybe someone gets Russell to oddly say some stuff. Who knows? Why not just do AI? Why even hire him? Just do AI nowadays.
I wanted to completely dump on the story, but when you said charity was involved,
you can dump
now
on it.
I have to say mid. All right, mid story. But I thought it was the weakest at first because Russell Wilson is, well, he's a superstar, whether you believe that or not. He really is a superstar of the NFL, polarizing former champion. And I feel like Cameo's beneath him. I feel like it's where real celebrities go to die. So
yeah,
no bueno.
Cameo is where, like, you're
it's
right,
like D-level stuff.
Cameo is where, like, an 90s TV star that you haven't heard in a long time does, like, a shout-out.
Exactly. That's where, who's the guy from Family Matters?
Jaleel White?
No, his buddy. The best friend.
That's the best friend, yeah. Eddie.
No, the best friend.
Oh.
He has a name that rhymes.
Oh, Waldo? Was it Waldo?
Yeah, Waldo.
Waldo
Faldo. Yeah, if you want a cameo from Waldo Faldo,
that makes sense. All right.
Yeah, Russell Wilson, come on.
All right, one more quickie.
All right, Covino, before Rich hands over that Shohei Ohtani card, you might want to make sure he authenticates it, make sure it's real.
Yeah.
That's exactly what one Dodgers fan had to do with that. Remember that home run ball that Ohtani hit Game 4 of the NLCS where it went center field into the concession stands?
Yeah.
Well, Dodger fan Carlos Mendoza was sitting there eating some nachos when he noticed the ball just kind of bounce in there. He's looking at the TV, had no idea what was going on, jumped, grabbed the ball, scraped his knee, but got it. But because it was outside of the the main area of the stadium, the authenticators couldn't authenticate the ball. So in order for him to be able to put the ball up for auction, he not only had to go sign an affidavit, he had to have a polygraph test taken to make sure that it was a real ball. So that they did stamp it at the stadium to make sure it was from that day. But because it couldn't be seen, he had to jump through all these hoops just to make sure. And good thing he did, because the ball now listed with SCP Auctions with the starting bid of $200,000. So midweek or major.
I think it's major. I think it's wild that this guy has to take a lie detector test. Like, did the ball bounce to you for real, sir? Beep, 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 beep. Come on, it's wild.
Isn't it true if you clench your cheeks, you can pass a test?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's major, Spot. I do, because we'll all remember that home run ball. And I've seen photos online of the ball stamped and dated and everything. And, I was wondering how they would figure that out. So I'm glad you cleared that up. But, yeah, historic piece. And I think it's going to go for at least $1 million. So,
Thank you.
That's major.
Thank you, Spot.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Hey, Spot, was that picture of Kirby, the picture of Kirby's butt with Kike?
Yeah.
Was he in the middle of taking a lie detector?
It did look a little tight there.
Yeah.
Maybe he does
definitely
squats.
clenching,
Hey,
yeah.
Rich, you should try legs at the gym someday.
Yeah, right. Thank you,
Kirby
buddy.
Yates.
All right, let's go to Dan Byer for an update. DB, what's doing, my friends?
Yesterday when Isaac Lowenkron was at this news desk, I was in prior to you guys filling in on the Doug Gottlieb show. Isaac dropped, when we were trying to figure out who the player was, Isaac dropped Mookie Butts.
Good one. Mookie Butts.
I thought it was very good.
That's pretty
Good job, Isaac Lowenkron.
Isaac.
Yeah, that is our Isaac. Again, a top 5 candidate to do the worm here at Fox Sports Radio. The Arizona Cardinals placed quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve because of his foot injury. This was head coach Jonathan Gannon earlier today explaining the situation with Murray.
Right now, what he's going to concentrate on is getting healthy. He's not healthy enough to play. He needs to get healthy so he can get back to playing football.
Guys, less than a week ago at this time, we were wondering if Kyler Murray was going to have specific packages to play against the Cowboys on Monday night.
Yeah.
Now he's going to miss the next 4 games, so Jacoby Brissett in line to start Sunday against the Seahawks, and if he stays healthy, would start the next 3 games as well. So an interesting scenario in Arizona. The Houston Texans ruled quarterback C.J. Stroud out of their Week 10 matchup against Jacksonville because of his concussion, so Davis Mills will get the start on Sunday. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy limited in practice today. They've got the Rams on Sunday. Rams head coach Sean McVay says he expects wide receiver Puka Nacua to play against the 49ers on Sunday despite a rib injury suffered last Sunday in a win against the Saints. Notable running backs to sit out practice today in the NFL include Rico Dowdle of the Panthers, the Bills' James Cook, Patriots running back Ramondre Stevenson, and Texans running back Nick Chubb. Notre Dame and Auburn have agreed to a home-and-home series in college football in 2027 and 2028. The game in South Bend will take place on September 25th to 27th, while the return game in 2028 at Auburn will be on October 28th of that year. Michigan will not play Western Michigan and Frankfurt, Germany. They had talked about it. Instead, that game will be hosted by the Wolverines in Ann Arbor. Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler is going to miss the rest of the season because of a shoulder injury that requires surgery. No Austin Reeves for the Lakers tonight against the Spurs. Warriors without Jimmy Butler against the Kings. But Anthony Edwards is back for Minnesota as they face the Knicks. And the Braves are picking up the option on Chris Sale's deal, $18 million for the veteran pitcher. Guys, back to you.
Yo, DB, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Dan.
Love you, Dan Byer. Always good to see Dan. It looks like I'm seeing Jacoby Brissett with you in Arizona, huh? Kyler Murray not going to play. So
but the question is his foot really that bad, or are they just using that as an excuse?
They put him on the list. He's out. All right, so when we get back, there's a little rant by a guy we love, Mad Dog Russo, but it has to do with fandom and something I'm going to roll my eyes at, and it's like, I don't know, the press's expectation to be non-biased. I'll explain next right here. Covino and Rich.
if it comes down to a Game 7, Rich, this leads to what could be a perfect ending for MLB and for all the fans.
The way this whole season has unfurled, great word. The way this season is unfurled, we only deserve a Game 7.
Yes. It got us thinking about the perfect ending in movies, TVs, a season, and a career, okay?
Yeah.
So when it comes to movies, I think Rich and I disagree. The perfect ending in movies, Shawshank comes to mind. Casablanca's a legendary one.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm all about the twist. Chubby Checker and the Fat Boys doing the twist. Sixth Sense, perfect ending, because you're like, wait a second. The first time you watch this, you're like, wait a second. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
He was dead. Sorry to spoil it, but it's been what, 30 years?
Wait,
He's been dead the whole time?
When the wife drops the ring and it rolls on the floor?
Dude, when what's his name again? This little freak?
Cole?
When Cole
Haley
says,
Joel Osment?
I mean, I know Haley Joel Osment,
Yeah,
but when Cole says, I see dead people.
And you don't realize
You're like, oh,
it's him?
it's him?
No, but you don't realize it's him.
Dude, it's him the whole time.
All right, so you're going to go Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
See, now do you want to go like happy fun time ending or like, I'm going to go with
Well,
you.
keep in mind, it's spooky season. It's Halloween,
All right,
so
so
I
you know
got
what?
Sixth Sense on the mind.
All right, because I was going to say, there's movies from our childhood. When Marty McFly gets back to 1985, when the Goonies realize that they put some of One-Eyed Willie's jewels in that little bag. We're not selling now. Or there's great endings. But if you're going to talk about like, ooh, creepy, weird twist, Usual Suspects. Kaiser Soze, when he starts walking down the block and
Kaiser Soze.
and
You know
the
what I don't
limp,
like
and
about
the
this?
limp goes away.
Now we move on to TV.
Yep.
Again, Rich and I are going to agree to disagree. But these are all great answers.
Okay.
There's no wrong answers, right? It's what stood out to you. But for the most part, this is a controversial one because I think it's 50-50. For everybody that loved the ending, everybody hated it. But I think it was great, and that's what made it great. Got people talking. Sopranos, dude. I loved it. I applauded. I'm like,
It was great. I remember all of us did the collective, like, is my TV broken? What?
No, but it got everybody talking that Monday.
But here's the thing. You have some belief that you're certain Tony got whacked.
Whacked by the guy in the members only jacket that walks in. In fact, in the final season, there's an episode called Members Only. It was foreshadowing to what happened, but it went black and it left it to interpretation. And that is the beauty of it. Like, you don't know, like, oh, but you do know. And I love that. It gives you chills thinking about it.
For me, until they announced that there's a new season, I'm like, why are they doing another season? I always thought Ted Lasso was a great answer, but I'm going to go lighter than you. I'm not going like HBO, Sunday Night Show. I'm going back to our childhood. The way that they bookended this show, where the first scene of the show and the last scene were a replica of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, go away. Who's the boss? Tony Danza.
Hey,
The
looking
show-
for a housekeeper.
The show starts with him. I'm here to fund the job. I'm here to be the housekeeper. And then he falls in love with Angela and he knocks on the door. I'm here for the housekeeping job. Like, this is the perfect bow on a story.
When it comes to greatest season endings in sports, what comes to mind?
I mean, I'm a homer. I can't give you any answer other than down to their final strike, 3-run rally. I was a little boy. 86 Mets. 86 Mets, game 6. Gets by Buckner, rounding third is night, and then on the next night, Jesse Orozco throws up the glove. I don't think it's landed yet.
Dude, you know,
That's the best ending.
an amazing team, an amazing ending.
I almost feel like the Mets made a deal with God in the heavens that day. Like, give us this, and you don't have to give us anything.
And everybody, till this day, forgets there's still one more game. There was still one more game, but that's the
Darryl
one.
hit a late inning home run. Like, just a great series, but
That's pretty much the ending right there.
after a magical season.
That's how the ending started. I'm going touch them all, Joe. Walk-off home run to win the World Series. 1993. The Blue Jays haven't been there since. And again, great ending for Joe Carter, for the Blue Jays. Sucked for Phillies fans and
one,
Mitch
Stevie.
Williams. But, dude, that's every kid's dream. That's the fantasy, right? Like, you're playing wiffle ball. That's the fantasy come to life. Hey, welcome back to the Covino and Rich Show on Fox Sports Radio. And if you like what we do, remember, we're unleashed and uncensored on Patreon Monday through Thursday. Patreon.com/Covino and Rich. And we have a bonus pod, which is like a hybrid of both. It's called Overpromised. You can watch it on Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page. Episode 115 dropped last week. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. We're streaming live, and we're live on Fox Sports Radio from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Getting a new job can be much easier with Express Employment Pros. With Express, you have a local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com. Find a location near you. That's www.expresspros.com.
Now, I have a question. Anyone that loves sports, that listens to our show or Dan or Colin or any of the other fun shows here at Fox Sports Radio or any network for that matter, could we all simply agree, like, there's no debate, people have their favorite teams?
We all grew up loving sports, so we all grew up having teams that we rooted for.
There might be a sport where you're like, I have a favorite team except for the NBA. I just like players. Or you might be like Covino, who has a favorite team, but for football, he's like, football's the one sport, I just like players. But people have teams. Can we all agree that that's not a wild sentiment?
It's not a wild sentiment, not at all.
I mean, in fact, if you ask me anyone I've ever met in my life, from schoolmates in high school, college, neighbors, a lot of times I identify people in my mind, sometimes by their teams. Like, Frank, my neighbor from Philly.
Don't you associate even your grade school friends based on the teams that they liked?
Dude, if you name one of my buddies, one of the first ways I guess I mentally identify them is like, oh yeah, he likes the Dolphins and the Heat or something. You know, like.
I found a middle school yearbook recently in my garage, and a lot of the kids signed it, "Go Lakers, Raiders, Dodgers."
Because that's
how they see you.
That's how they see you. Like, Danny G, you bleed the teams you love. That's what a sports fan does. So I want to play a little clip of Mad Dog Russo before we get out of here. And again, we love Mad Dog. We worked with this guy for years. He's hilarious. He's like unintentionally funny.
He's a legend. He's a sports broadcasting legend.
And anyone that does sports talk on TV or radio sort of deserves to give this guy some props, because Mad Dog did pave the way. Take a listen to what he said, though.
When you're a national broadcaster and you're the voice of the sport on a big stage, when you did 1 million playoff games, and then one of the crippling losses that a franchise is going to have, and I got Joe, basically the body's not even cold yet, and I got Joe at Dodger Stadium doing the freaking Dodger parade. I got Joe Davis shaking everybody's hand. Give me a I'm shaking freaking Tony's hand, and he's freaking wacky, getting rings. That is, you could say I'm being hard. That's ridiculous, Chris. What's the big deal?
Yeah,
he does the games. Nonsense. He's the voice of the World Series. He's supposed to be right down the middle. Obviously, he's rooting his ass off for the Dodgers in the World Series. And everybody who I spoke to hated the idea. They sensed he was rooting for the Dodgers throughout the World Series. And his call at the end was ridiculous.
Now, I'm fluent in doggy because we worked with him. We actually shared a studio. If you can make sense of that, what he's saying is that announcer Joe Davis was there. The announcer, the broadcaster that we all watched call the game. Joe Davis was there, and he's insinuating that Joe Davis shouldn't have any sort of bias, and it appears that he has a Dodgers one when he's at the parade. So he has a gripe with that.
Yeah, he was emceeing the event on stage. But I heard more complaints, Rich, from Dodger fans during the World Series because they hated hearing him hype up the Blue Jays.
Listen, again, everyone works for a team on a national level. Hey, Ron Darling called the TBS games. Guess who he calls during the season? The Mets. They're picking the best of the best.
Guess who he won the World Series with? The Mets.
Yeah, so, like, Joe Davis, I think, is the best of the best. I love Gary Cohen for the Mets. There's a select few that are top-tier guys. Joe Davis is one of them. Fox is lucky they had him on the call. I think he's great. But his day-to-day, when he's not doing the national game, is the Dodgers. He has a relationship. It's there.
He has a relationship with the Dodgers and their fans.
And I think he called a very down-the-middle World Series. And what is Mad Dog Russo talking about? Let me tell you a quick story before we get out of here.
It's just bad optics is what he's saying as a broadcaster. And we always had this, this
illusion?
This belief and illusion that you had to keep it down the middle as if you're some sort of sports robot.
Yeah, but it's weird. Like, not everyone's Rob Lowe wearing an NFL hat. Like, we have alliances from your childhood until adulthood. I went to an all-star game for baseball one time, and I went to pick up my credentials at the box office at the stadium, at the will call. And I had a Mets jersey on, and they're like, "Sir, you can't wear that when you pick up your credentials." And I laughed. I thought they were joking. They're like, no. I had to turn my jersey. I had to take my jersey off just to get my credentials because that was biased. I'm like, yeah, but I'm a Mets fan. It's known. I'm not going to pretend I'm not a Mets fan because I'm here at the All-Star game. So I just find it funny.
Are we past that facade? Are we past this illusion?
It's like pretending wrestling. Remember when you were a kid? It's like there was still the illusion. They're like, oh, is wrestling real? Like, we all have sports teams we root for. Get over it. Joe Davis, go Dodgers for you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
We will see you in the promised land.
Goodbye.